What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video your girl is here to bring you another video in my Must Have Must Gag series. This is my series I created inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series. I always have her series and the community playlist linked down below, as well as all the Instagram pages I follow to get all of this makeup knowledge. And lastly, but certainly not least, I always have all of the items listed and linked down below. There are a couple of things I want to say. First of all, I did record this look, and this look should have been live yesterday. So in the event that you did not catch it, just check out down below in the description. I will have it linked for you all. I did pick up one thing. So one thing I picked up this past week makeup wise was the Natasha Denona Lila palette. It went on sale 50% off on Sephora. I had a product that I wanted to pick up from Sephora to feature this month, as it is Black History Month. I didn't have enough time or forethought this year to really plan accordingly to make certain purchases to feature for this month. So unfortunately it didn't happen, but there is at least two videos that I would really like to make happen towards the end of the month to feature Black brands on my channel. So there are two products that are coming from me, that product, the Lila palette, and that palette. There are a couple other things I did want to kind of highlight. So this week, some indie brands were criticized for their lack of inclusivity when it came to showing swatches or representation of individuals with their new collections. Specifically, the brand that kind of got really hit hard that I know about is Xno Cosmetics. I've been talking about their newest launch, the Nocturnal palette, almost for a month now. Slowly we've been seeing things, and I've just been really excited, specifically since after picking up their Christmas palette. Now, I understand the criticism when it comes to them, but I think at the same time, we need to keep that same energy. If you are going to criticize Xno Cosmetics, I think you should also be criticizing Calladios Cosmetics and Odins Eye Cosmetics. Those are a couple of brands that definitely give out a lot of PR to a lot of YouTubers, and I have not seen one YouTuber of a darker complexion. Now, is that because some of these darker complected YouTubers don't have the following? Maybe, but there still needs to be some form of representation, not only on Instagram, because there are some fantastic Instagram swatches and creators over there, and I think it is definitely a place, but you need to keep that same energy. So for me, if you're going to keep giving a wide variety of skin tones and individuals access to your products early to do videos and all of that jazz on Instagram, it would definitely be nice to do them on YouTube as well as TikTok, all of those things. This is not a ploy for me to specifically get PR. Would I be happy to get it? Of course. But this is just a ploy because for me, I would love to see what this Xno palette would look like somebody on my complexion before I pick it up. I don't want to always feel the need to have to pick it up to see if it's going to work. Then maybe 2 or 3 of the shades that I was really looking for don't work. And I don't mean to focus in on Xno. It was just the brand that really got highlighted this week, and I just wanted to voice my 2 cents in that discussion. Long story short, I did comment on the Odins Eye release that we will be talking about later, asking if they did send it to a person darker of my complexion. To right now, they have not answered, and I truly just want to know, because I truly want to see what those shadows look like on somebody of my complexion. I've seen what it looks like on people 10 shades lighter than me. Cool. I've seen what it looks like on Karen Harris's complexion. Cool. But I would love to see somebody of my depth, even darker than like the fancy face Tina. I love Tina, but Tina is definitely lighter than me too. So I would love that. I also commented on the Xno Nocturnal palette because I wanted to know if that palette is limited edition or not. So hopefully I can get some more insight, and I will provide that information on the screen if I get that information before I start editing. So yeah, that's my soapbox. I would love it if you guys would like and subscribe after hearing that, and if you're excited to hear about all of the new makeup, let's get into it. Alrighty, so I've suited over. Hopefully I'm not too in the foreground, but let's get into it. So Odins Cosmetics is sneak peeking a new palette, and this is called the Meet Me at Midnight palette. Now, from what I can remember, this brand got really popular for, I believe, last year's Valentine's Day release for them, which was those pinks, purples, and greens. I did not pick it up, but I am excited to see what they're coming out with now. They, I believe, have shown 4 swatches for this particular palette. They look really pretty, but I need to see the full kit and caboodle. So hopefully by next week or so, they will have shown the whole thing and I can really talk about whether I'm going to be picking up that palette or not. Most likely not, because it would be a new brand, and right now I'm really trying to stick to just brands that I already know the formula, so I already know I'm going to more or less like the product, but we'll see. Odins Cosmetics is coming out with a new foundation, and this is going to be $42 with 36 shades. It is medium and natural finish. Those are my trigger words. I love medium coverage foundations with a natural finish. That just works beautifully for me. It will be available by the time this video goes up. It's actually available while I'm recording. I did not pick it up mainly because I quite literally just tried on a new foundation today. I'm actually really enjoying it, but it has only been on my face for about an hour to 2 hours. I really want to see the longevity of it, and I really want to test it out for you guys and for me. So for right now, I don't need any new foundations, and then of course all the foundations that I already have. So really excited to see reviews. I know quite a few people that I follow are really excited to try this foundation, so I will definitely be watching the reviews. Slay Lady Cosmetics has come out with a blush palette that features highlighters and blushes, but they've also come out with a bronzer contour palettes in 3 sections. Okay, so the 3 in the front are the contour palettes. I was so confused. I was like, how are those blushes? And then the big palette that low-key looks like an eyeshadow palette is their blush highlighter combination situation. It's very cute. I'm sure these are all themed around Valentine's Day specifically, but it's going to be a pass for me. Glam Light has come out with a new collection. In this collection, they are focusing on their collaboration with Hershey's Kisses. I'm really excited to see such a small brand getting pretty big collaborations. It's really exciting, honestly. It is launching on Valentine's Day, and you can get 15% off with this code Hot Fire for Hot Fire Makeup. She is a, or they are a new makeup releases page on Instagram. As for the eyeshadow palettes, for me, it's an easy pass. None of them really caught my attention. I don't necessarily like the packaging, and I today have still never tried Glam Light, so that is an easy pass on all of that. And they have been sneak peeking other stuff since I've kind of pinned those posts. So they showed that they had lip products. They all look like really interesting nudie glosses. I probably could get a lot of use out of these, but I think I'm gonna pass on even the glosses. And they also came out with Hershey's Kisses sponges. I know that was the weak point for Samantha March, which is really funny, and I completely understand that I would be weak in the knees with something like that too, but I definitely passed. I passed on it. I don't really need it. So yeah, really pretty. I'm sure it's great quality, but something that I'm going to pass on. Milk Makeup has just launched their lifting and lengthening mascara. It is going to be launching for $28. Then why do they have it? They have 2 prices. They have $28 and then they also have $14. I'm confused. Oh, maybe, okay, so the easy to grab tube is $28 maybe, and then the actual mascara is $14, or maybe the other way around. I don't really know. Either way, for me, when it comes to mascara, I would rather get a mascara that gives me more volume than length. And in addition, once again, today I literally just tried another mascara that's focused on being lengthening. I actually have another mascara that I got with like the codes for Sephora, which is a tubing mascara. So I just don't need any more mascaras. I don't tend to have as many open as I do right now. I have 3. That is a lot. So I'm going to pass on this, but of course, if there are good reviews, maybe I'll put it in the back of my head to potentially look into in the future. Patrick Ta has now released new shades in some products, and I believe a new product in general. So the cream and powder blush duos that were in his holiday set, he released those in singles, so that's cute. And then he also launched the plumping lip glosses, which I believe are the first time that he's had those in his collection. For me, all of these are going to be an easy pass. Nothing is really groundbreaking for me. I don't really need any plumping action on my lips, so that's an easy pass. And then as for his blush duos, I have one. I'm not the biggest fan. I'm really not the biggest fan. So for me, I think I'm going to pass. Maybe I will say the one blush actually does look really good on the deeper model. Actually, both of the blushes look really good on her. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not doing something right. So maybe I'll look into them. Maybe, but I don't know. I don't know. Let me know if you guys would like to see that. I could always throw it into a Sephora order in the future. For Art's Sake Cosmetics came out with a palette inspired by Van Gogh. It is an eyeshadow quad of 4 shadows, of course, where you have 2 blues, a light kind of iridescent shade, and then an orange. I actually like the color scheme. I think the color scheme is cute. I've never tried the brand. It is only $24, but I am personally going to pass because I do not get a lot of use out of quads. And yeah, right now I really, when it comes to eyeshadows, it really has to be a really good color scheme for me to pick it up. Right now, I just need to hone in because I have too much. I have too much, honestly, let's face it. Morphe Brushes is collaborating with the influencer that I started following. I don't distinctly remember why I started following her, but I love her. I mean, she does fantastic photos and looks and stuff. Her name is Nine, I believe, and I actually do like the color scheme of the eyeshadow palette. I really do. I like that it's low-key 3 curated collections, but in one palette, so you don't have to necessarily buy the 3 different palettes. I like the packaging. I like it all. I really do. You get the eyeshadow palette, the pencil set, there's a lipstick trio, and then brush set and a bag. I like it. I do. But it's Morphe, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pass. Previously or earlier today, I mentioned Calladios, and I did comment, I do believe, on their post asking very similarly if they sent out PR. Did I? I don't remember, but I think I intended to at least comment asking if they sent PR out to a darker complected YouTuber. They haven't responded, but in this collection they have 2 quads, one that's more gray based and the other one that's more neutral browns. Then they have 3 blushes, one that's a fiery orange, the next one is like a cool peachy pink, and then the last one's more of like a nudie brown, if you will. I think all of these are really cute. Nothing is screaming to me. I have not tried their lip products and I'm not really running to, so I'm gonna pass that collection completely. Apparently Charlotte Tilbury is coming into Ulta. Honestly, if that happens, mistakes will be made. I still have not used my annual kind of $100 worth of points for Ulta during December. I never used it this year, so I still have over $100 worth of points just sitting there waiting to be cashed in, and I just need everything, all the stars to align really. But as of right now, I haven't heard that definitively announced, but really excited. So as I was talking about Odins Eye again earlier today, Odins Eye and Angelica Nyquist collaborated for the Hella eyeshadow palette. This was the product that I talked about last week that I was really excited for. I will say I've watched Angelica's video. I will say her reasoning, her thought behind it, really enjoyed everything about it. I enjoyed the swatches, her telling it. I've enjoyed it all. And I will be picking this palette up. So this will be launching in my time zone on February 13th at 7 p.m., which is 2 days away. So that is Sunday for me. I will be actually just getting home from work when it actually launches in the US, but I will be aiming and really hoping to get my claws on this, not only for me, but also, like I've been saying earlier in the video, to give you guys that representation for in the event that you guys were interested. They did also say that if it does sell out very quickly, they do have the ability to restock. So I'm hoping that I will actually be able to get the palette, put up my videos. I would like to do eye swatches, arm swatches, and then of course some tutorials for you all, so that in the event that once they restock, you do then want to pick it up, you will have the reference of my videos. Also, Makeup Revolution seems to be coming out with the Candy Haze collection. I think that this looks very kiddish, just too young for me, which is perfectly fine. I don't tend to pick up all that much from Makeup Revolution, so easy pass once again. Pat McGrath is sneak peeking that she's also going to be coming out with some lip products to join the Bridgerton collection, and I do have 3 Pat McGrath lipsticks and I don't get use out of them. I really don't. These also look to be pinky in tone, not something that I want, so I'm gonna actually go ahead and pass. But hopefully what will happen is that when they relaunch this, I will finally have put the bloody eyeshadow palette on my eyes so I can see whether I like it or not. Xno Cosmetics is also coming out with a new blush, and this is their Super Blush in Bubble. This is not a shade I will get any use out of at all. I have 1 or 2 shades that are very reminiscent of this in eyeshadow or in face palettes that I'm keeping, so I don't need to bring in something like this because I know I barely get any use out of it. Long story short, just not for me. Then we got Glossier coming out with an After Balm. So this is a moisture barrier to recovery cream by Glossier. I know a lot of people have been really focusing on strengthening their moisture barrier because of that one YouTuber, skin YouTuber, what's his name? I don't remember his name, but he really made this, like, popularize the idea of strengthening your moisture barrier to really balance your skin better. This will be interesting. I know Glossier is really good with like these types of products, so maybe I would take some consideration to picking it up if it comes to Ulta. I mean, not Ulta, Sephora. I think they're in Sephora. And this is going to be available on February 15th. So a lot of things coming out in these next couple of days. Viseart is also sneak peeking that they're coming out with the Petite Matte, but this is the version of the Editorial Brights, which is really smart. Honestly, I feel like they should have done this a while ago, but very intriguing. I will not be picking it up. I have enough bright colored palettes, and honestly I don't get use out of the one Viseart palette that I still have in my collection, so no need to bring this in there. Too Faced is also coming out with some more products in their Born This Way line, and I must say I am intrigued. So the first product is actually an eyeshadow palette, and it's called Born This Way Sunset Stripped, and this is a darker, more richer tones than their previous one. I really like it. I know it's a neutral palette, I know it's boring, I like it though. I remember so many people raving about the previous version, but I just knew it would not work on my complexion. This is $48. It comes out in March, very end of March. So by the time that it comes out, we'll see if I'm still intrigued by it, but I am very intrigued by it right now. They're also coming out with some lip injections, not something for me. And then they're also coming out with their bronzers again. I think still there is yet to be a bronzer that's actually dark enough for me. I think it's very easy for them to add a bronzer in this range, would literally call it dark chocolate, and then you got a bronzer for me pretty much, but they haven't done it, so it's gonna be a pass on the bronzers. I may potentially get that eyeshadow palette. So I am recording this on Friday, and I just want to make sure that there's nothing else really intriguing that launched or sneak peeked that I want to talk about. So give me 1 second. Okay, so there's 4 additional releases that I want to talk about. Looksy Beauty is coming out with 8 new shimmery shades that will be available today, the day that I'm actually recording this. So 9 times out of 10, honestly, these are already sold out. Their shadows are really cost effective. They're only $3, or you can get $24 for the whole bundle of 8 shadows. I am going to pass though, but really pretty shadows. I love Looksy Beauty, would highly recommend in case you were interested. A brand I haven't talked about in I don't even know how long, Saucebox, is actually showcasing that they're coming out with some new products. So they're coming out with 3 eyeshadow palettes, one for the Magicians, one for the Moon, and one for the Lover. So the Magician looks to be like a warm neutral palette. Which one is this? This is the Lover, and this one looks to be more pastel in tone, and then the Moon looks to be more cool toned in tone. These are all really interesting. I haven't heard anything from Saucebox in years, it feels like. So I may actually pick up 1 or 2 of these products. Definitely not right now. I don't need them right now, and I also have other products this month, these next couple of days, that I really want to pick up. So I will not necessarily be picking these up on launch, but I am intrigued, and I will definitely be trying to keep updated on that release. Xno Cosmetics, which is a brand I have 1 eyeshadow palette from. I really enjoy the formulation. They're coming out with the Emerald eyeshadow palette. For me, this is a bit too big. It's 15, that's more than 15. 3, oh maybe, okay, so it's 15 blues, greens, yellows, includes mattes and shimmers. I actually do enjoy the formula. Like I said, I do have a palette from them. I've had it for quite some time actually. Really cute, but not something for me. I think I'm gonna get my green fix from the Angelica palette. And then the last product that I want to talk about is Nostalgia Beauty, or Nostal Beauty, is coming out with the Nostalgia Playlist CD inspired eyeshadow palette. So very intriguing. I haven't heard very many people or anybody really talk about this brand. So let me know if you've heard this brand. Let me know if you tried the brand, all that jazz. I would love to know. It looks like this is going to be launching on February 17th. This week, the only product that I think is launching specifically this week that I want to pick up is actually the Angelica Nyquist and Odins Eye collaboration. The other palette that I really want to pick up, which is the Glaminatrix palette, they actually pushed back to releasing on the 20th. So that's really the only thing that I plan to pick up this week, is really just the Angelica palette. So hopefully I'm able to do that. Let me know if you guys are going to be picking up anything, if you're going to be skipping the products that I'm really excited about. If you're like, why aren't you excited about this? I need you to pick it up. Let me know if you're excited for the Patrick Ta blush duos. Maybe I might go in stores, see what they look like, see what they feel like. I just think the one that I picked may not have been a really good shade for me. Maybe that's the problem, but regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I look forward to seeing you guys again on Wednesday, where we talk about more makeup, more goodies, and Friday, where we'll be talking about some fragrances. So I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.